and welcome to Ryan's Recipes. Now, what we're going to do today is we're going to make some burgers. Now, this is something I haven't done in a little while, so I'm actually quite excited about this one, so here we go.
Okay, so to kick off, let's see what we've got. So, I've got some minced steak, went to my local butcher, 3.5 kilos for a tenner, I'll go with that. We've got some spring onion, some smoked cheese, some red wine, some spinach, some maple syrup, some cumin seeds, red onion, and brioche rolls. Okay, so first things first, make sure you wash your hands, and all I'm going to do is, I'm probably not going to use all of this mince, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put about 2 packets in, should be enough. So we've got 1 kilo, let's rip this one apart, and I've chucked another one in as well, so that'll give us just shy of 2.5 kilos worth of mince to play with. Now, when you're buying your mince, don't go for the really lean stuff. You might want to try and be healthy, have lean mince. However, the stuff doesn't bind together and it just breaks up. And that is the last thing we want. So let's just break it up a little bit so it sits in there. Nice and loose. Perfect. Now, what I'm going to do now is chop up my veg in bits and then we can get to kneading it. Okay, so what I've got here is I've got some spring onions, so I'm just going to simply dice these up and then we can mix them into our little concoction we're going to brew up. So, if you watched my video yesterday, you might notice I've had a few comments in regards to my skills with chopping onions. I'm afraid I'm no better with spring onions, so I guess we want... Why is it always leaf? Does that work? Ah, that's onion there as well. Okay, so let's knock off it about there. Oh, that looks good. Okay, just get rid of that bit. So we've got that bit there to play with. Perfect. So I'm just going to do nice thin slices. Oops. Now, a little trick I've been taught is to always keep your fingers in a little bit. I always find it quite challenging, but I think the idea is you don't chop your fingers off. I'm sure a bloody burger is not what the doctor ordered. So, yeah. Awesome. So that's one. What I'm going to do is I'm going to actually skip forward and I'll get another couple done while you wait. There you go. So I've skipped ahead a bit. I've got the rest of the spring onions chopped. Just doing my last one now. And considering I'd have thought these would be classed as out of season, judging on the name, they actually look quite fresh. I'm impressed. There we go. So now, what I can do, let's chuck all the rubbishy bits off the board out of the way, is I can chuck them in to the mix and we can start mixing in a minute. So let's bring that over. Let's just slide all those in there as so. God, look at all that healthiness. And people say burgers aren't healthy. I think we're going to prove some people wrong. Okay, so to go over the mix, what we're going to do is I'm going to add some cumin. Now, I've got a new one, so come on. There we go. Don't bother lid. So put plenty of cumin seeds in. I'll put some more in a minute. I'll put some maple syrup in a minute as well. But my hands have just been washed. So let's knead this spring onion in. So we get a nice good mix. Whoop, steady on. Okay, so before you panic, what I've done is I've split half a mix across 2 bowls, purely just to give us a little bit of room to play with. So what I'm going to add now is I've got some red wine, got a Cabernet Sauvignon, cheapest bottle of wine I could find, lovely £3.50. So throw some of that in, stick it all together and use a bit of maple syrup, that'll sweeten it up quite nicely. Oh, some maple, a bit more. What I'm going to do is also, I'm going to stick a little bit more cumin in. add some flavour. So let's give that a bit of a stir up now. Let's get the red wine really to soak into the meat. So it's a cut and paste as much as possible. Whoop, steady on. Oh. Now you can see the meats are starting to change colour slightly as it absorbs the wine, which is just what we want. Get the flavour in. Okay, so let's start making some patties out of them. Now I'm just going to decide how big realistically I want to go. So I've got a nice sort of handful there. Let's give that a go, see how that works. Now the trick is, don't squeeze them too much. You want to go nice and gentle. What you do is they slowly firm themselves together. So just do that. Use its own weight to knead itself together. So now you've got a nice little shape. What you do, gentle pressure, roll it round. So it looks like what you'd describe as a burger. Then I'm just going to plop it down on my chopping board there. I'm just going to put one finger in the middle, just put a little bit of pressure and a little like dipple in the middle. Now all that's for when the meat cooks, it likes like folding on itself. And what that does, that keeps it flat as it cooks. See, I thought that was an old wives' tale when I first heard that, but it seems to work. It's much like that trick with the oil we learned yesterday. So I'm going to try another one. Ooh, that's a big one. Knock a bit off that. Perfect. I feel like I'm playing basketball there. Oh, that's going to be a hench old burger. It's a good job they shrink a little bit when they cook. Just pat the sides, dum dum dum. Yeah, that's a bit bigger. It's alright, I only bought 8 buns. We can get away with having huge patties. Perfect. Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to sit and play, put some more together, and then we can skip to cooking. Okay, now it's time to start cooking. Now, while I've let the burgers rest, all I've done is I've chopped a little bit of onion up in the background, because I'm sure you don't want to watch me chop more onions. So what I'm going to do is I've got a pan which got nice and warm, chuck some oil in there. I'm just going to creep the heat up a touch. That should be nice and warm. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take a burger, and in it goes. Let it sizzle, sizzle, whizzle. Now, these are going to take a little bit of time to cook, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to like cut in and out of the long process. But while that runs there, if I go about Mr. Bachelor, what I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly sear each side and then leave it to work its magic. So that'll probably take about 10 minutes or so, just to cook its way through. So we'll let it do its thing. It's about a third of the way through. What I'm going to do is going to give it a quick flip over, see how the other side's doing. So, whoop. Ah, perfect. Okay, so my burger now is nearly complete. So all I'm going to do is in its final stages, I'm going to cook a handful of onion in the corner there just to get some heat through. I'm going to put a little bit of maple syrup on them, just to sweeten them up just a little bit. So they're going to go in there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to prep my brioche bun. I'm going to get a bit of spinach ready. And I'm going to also, while I do that, I'm going to put a little bit of cheese over, just to melt it off. Now, what I've gone and got is I've got German smoked cheese. A, because it's round and it's the same shape as a burger, and B, it tastes pretty damn good. So, I'm going to put a bit on there like that. I'm now going to take the heat off, and I'm just going to let it sit and rest for a few minutes like that. Okay, so, I've got my brioche bun ready. I've put a bed of spinach down. I'm just going to apply the burger. Just give me a second. So I'm just going to gently apply the burger on there. The cheese is melted quite nicely. I'm just going to chuck a couple of onions on top. And there we have it, a complete burger. So, I'm just going to put the lid on to top it off. And there you go, brioche bun, homemade burger.
Okay, so I'm going to sit back and enjoy this creation. I shall put a list of all the ingredients used and what I've done. And I'll see you next time. Enjoy.